Picture this, you are standing in front of a mirror, trying on a shirt. But no matter how many you try, nothing fits just right. The sleeves are too short, the collar feels off, and the fabric? Nah. Now imagine a world where you don't have to settle. A world where you can design your own shirt tailored to your exact measurements, your style, and your personality. Sounds like a luxury, right? But what if I told you that this so called luxury might not be as sustainable as it seems? Welcome to the Indian Startup Garage, where we bring you the stories of startups that are breaking barriers or, in some cases, struggling to stay afloat. Today, we take a hard look at Bombay Shirt Company, a brand that claims to be revolutionizing custom made fashion. Founded by Akshay Narvekar, it's often hailed as a trailblazer, but beneath the surface, cracks are beginning to show. Every great startup is born from a problem in need of a solution. For Akshay Narvekar, that problem was deeply personal. After studying economics and political science at the University of Michigan and working in Los Angeles with a billion-dollar apparel brand, he returned to India with a passion for fashion. However, he struggled to find shirts that fit him well. Off the rack option simply didn't work. Determined to create a better alternative, Akshay launched Bombay Shirt Company, that is BSC, in 2012, introducing India's first online custom made shirt brand. What started as a personal need quickly transformed into a larger vision to revolutionize fashion by offering customization and individuality in clothing. At its heart, Bombay Shirt Company is driven by a powerful philosophy: celebrate uniqueness. Unlike mass market apparel, every BSC shirt is tailored exclusively for the customer, ensuring a perfect fit. But the brand isn't just about made to measure clothing, it also champions conscious consumerism. By producing shirts only when ordered, BSC minimizes waste, standing in contrast to the fast fashion industry's excessive production. The fabrics are carefully sourced from renowned textile mills, maintaining high quality and durability. This attention to detail and personalized service has set BSC apart, building strong relationships with its customers. While the online model proved successful, Akshay recognized the importance of physical retail in the market like India. Just 2 years after launching, BSC opened its first store in Mumbai's vibrant Kalagoda district. The move paid off, and the brand quickly expanded across country. Today, it has 18 stores in major cities like Delhi NCR, Bengaluru, and Hyderabad. The ambition didn't stop at India's borders. BSC has since entered global markets with stores in Dubai, New York, and taking Indian craftsmanship to an international audience. But what started as India's first online custom made shirt brand is staring at a mammoth sized problem, that is scalability. Custom shirt making is inherently expensive, and offering it at an affordable price is a challenge. The company owns and operates its own stores, leading to a massive capital investments and high operational costs. And the result? A financial struggle that's becoming increasingly hard to ignore. Unlike typical fashion retailers that mass produce inventory, BSC must manufacture each shirt individually based on customer orders. That means no bulk discounts on fabric, longer production times, and increased labor costs. A model like this works well in a niche luxury markets, but BSC is attempting to do it at a mid-tier price point where margins are razor thin and competition is fierce. Bombay Shirt Company isn't alone in the market. In fact, it faces intense competition from legacy players like Raymond, which has a clear advantage. Raymond controls fabric manufacturing, has a widespread franchisee model, and has built strong brand trust over decades. In contrast, BSC operates in a capital heavy model where it owns and runs all its stores, an approach that's bleeding it dry. And let's not forget Aditya Birla's Louis Philippe, another formidable competitor in this space. These brands have already established their dominance, and their financial muscle allows them to outlast newer players like BSC in price wars and customer acquisition. Even newer direct to consumer brands like Taylor and Circus, created by Arvind and City Tailors, are entering the market offering similar services with cleaner business models. With the rise of AI-driven sizing and virtual fitting rooms, even online giants like Amazon and Myntra are starting to edge into the custom fit category. This raises the question, can BSC really hold its own in such a crowded space? The numbers paint a grim picture. In the financial year 2023-24, Bombay Shirt Company reported a loss of 27 crore rupees, with the total revenue standing at just 52.6 crores. That means for every 100 rupees earned, 51 rupees is lost. With founder ownership already diluted to 14%, the company is running out of the financial runway. Investors were once enthusiastic about the brand's potential, but many are now questioning whether this business model can ever be profitable. If a company continues to burn cash without a clear path to profitability, sooner or later the funding dries up. And that's exactly the risk BSC faces right now. The idea of custom clothing at a scale sounds great, but the execution is where things fall apart. Unlike mass market brands, BSC has to tailor each piece individually, increasing labor cost, material costs. Customers expect affordability, but high quality and custom made garments don't come cheap. The math simply doesn't add up. Even if demand increases, the company would need more tailors, more fabric, and more real estate, more of everything. Compare this to a franchisee model like Raymond's, where the expansion is outsourced to the franchisee owners who bear the cost. BSC, on the other hand, has to shoulder every expense itself, making rapid scaling nearly impossible. So, what can entrepreneurs learn from Bombay Shirt Company's journey? Here are the 4 key takeaways. Number 1, scalability matters. A business model that works on a small scale might not always work on a larger one. Test and validate before expanding aggressively. Number 2, cost control is crucial. High operational costs can drain a company's resources quickly. Keeping expenses lean ensures a longer runway. Number 3, competition can kill. Entering a market dominated by established players requires a unique value proposition and financial resilience. Number 4, adapt to market trends. Consumer behavior is constantly evolving. Startups must be agile enough to pivot when needed. So, what's next for Bombay Shirt Company? Will they find a way to turn things around? Or is this the beginning of the end? Only the time will tell. That's it for today's episode of Indian Startup Garage. If you enjoyed this deep dive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more such stories from the world of Indian startups. Keep watching Indian Startup Garage. See ya.